What's good, you guys? Daniel Cruz here, back with another episode of Cook with Cruz. Today I'm going to be breaking down a new beat for you guys. I know for the past few weeks I've been breaking down a lot of songs that I've produced. I've been having records drop pretty consistently, so I wanted to make sure I touch base on those and break those down for you guys. So today we're just going to be working with a fresh beat here. And just to touch base with you guys once again, in the comments, if you want to see something specific from me that I'm doing, please leave them in the comments for me and I will definitely get to those in another video. Otherwise, I'm just getting right into it, showing you beats and songs that I produce. Really just documenting my journey pretty much for over a year now. So don't have much of a big crazy intro here, so we're just gonna jump right into this one and check out this beat. So let's check it out. So for this beat here, I didn't really have any particular vision in mind, I guess, when I started it. Really just kind of messed with some sounds and then just caught some inspiration in the feeling and just built from there. I started off setting a design chain, which you can see here. I've went over what this is in a couple other episodes of mine, but just super quick, if you happen to miss those, I basically layer up some effects in this mixer channel. I route my VST into this channel, so now when I browse through the presets, everything's going to sound a little more different. It's going to help build some inspiration for me. So as I mentioned, didn't really have a vision, didn't know what I wanted to do, so that's how I started the beat off. And looking in here, it's nothing complicated, very simple effects chain here, just isotope vinyl, some reverb, and bandpass EQ here. So I really don't have a lot going on, but that was all I needed to kind of just get started here. So the first patch that I came across was Dinner Bells in Paradise here in Omnisphere, and this was routed into my design chain to get a different sound. And from there I just started messing around with some notes and chords to try to get a progression and some inspiration started. So I came up with something super simple that I was kind of feeling, and it gave me a vision to a record here, so this is what I came up with. So again, super simple, but that's kind of all I really needed to kind of just get a feeling going here. The vision is already starting to slowly build up onto what I want to do. So I took that melody slash progression and I layered it up here with Atlantean Key Choir and Omnisphere. Again, these are the same notes, I'm just layering it up, and this is also routed to the design chain to get that different sound. So after that, I started messing around in Arcade just to see if I can find some random sounds to work with here. And I ended up finding something that really brought this beat to life here. So coming into Arcade here, this is the Nightmare, I guess, bank. But then within that bank, I'm in the Ghostly Choir bank, sub-bank, I guess you want to call it. I'm still learning output, so I don't know if I got the terminology right. But that's where I'm at in output. And within this bank, I found a really dope vocal run that's sitting nice with our progression here. So now that we got those three instruments layered up here, let's actually jump into the playlist so we can see how it's all coming together. This is our first pad, our second layer pad, and this is the same exact I guess vocal sample from Arcade. I just rendered it into audio to have a little bit more control over it. So all three layered up, this is gonna form the intro of the song here, so this is what it sounds like. So after that point, it was pretty much downhill for me. After that, I really had the vision and the feeling moving forward, so I can already kind of hear what the final product is going to sound like. So after that intro there, we're going to move right into our drop of the hook, or at least that's how I structured it. So for the drop, I'm going to take the first pad that I played. I rendered that into audio and shot it up a whole octave to kind of change it up a little bit. And that is what this clip right here is. And if you may notice as well, I chopped the ends of them off to give it kind of like a choppy feel. We're also going to keep our vocal sample we got from Arcade because I really feel like that is like the main driver for this beat here. And melodic wise, that's all I'm going to have to start out here for the hook. Then I'm going to introduce like the bass format of the drums here. And this is going to start out really simple, which I'll show you right now. So here goes the closed hat, and again, this is as simple as we're going to get right here. Simple rim snare and a very basic 808 pattern. That's kind of all I felt it needed right there to generate that feeling. So I'll play from the top right here so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. So now for the second part of the hook, I kind of do a little more development on the drums. So this is what we started off with: closed hat, rim snare, our 808, but I'm going to have a slightly different pattern here. I'm going to make it move a little bit more. I think I got a little bend in there too. Yeah. Kick drum. We're going to lay our 808 the kick drum. And layer our rim with the snare just to give more beef. Open hat, and I got some hi-hat rolls in here too. And for another instrument, I do add one more thing. As you can see here in the playlist, I call it hook pad. This is just going to play during the hook. And the preset for it is actually Atlantean key choir again, except now I'm going to have it an octave higher from what we first had it at in the intro. Super simple. Again, I'm really just layering stuff up here. Let's kind of hear it again from that first half of the hook into the second half of the hook now. So right there, that's pretty much our beat right there. If I feel like I made the beat too fast, I like to go in, mess around, experiment with some things, see if I can come up with something crazy. So I came up with a little section after the hook. It could be the beginning of the verse or like a post or something, but it's just something to change up a little bit. So for the first thing, we're gonna bring the pad from the intro back. This was the Atlantean key choir that sat in the background, not the main pad, the second one that layered up in the intro. And this audio clip right here is our main pad in audio format, except that I reversed all the chords, so it's gonna give it a cool effect. So I'm getting a real dark feel from this beat here, so I wanted to add like a gritty bass right here, and some growler moog bass here, and Omnisphere will be perfect for that. Of course, layer it with the Decapitator mid-driver preset to get our grittiness, and as simple as it looks, that's what it is. This is just our bass notes of the progression we're hitting. Our main driving vocal arcade sample is going to come in here as well, except I threw some movement onto it and gave it a super airy reverberary effect onto it. Almost gave it like a ghostly feel. Again, I'm getting like a dark feeling from this beat, so it fit well. So right there, you can kind of hear what I'm talking about. So that pretty much wraps up that section there. Let's run it from the end of the hook into this part so we can hear how it sounds like. So right there, that's pretty much all I have for the beat as far as additions and instruments and everything. From here on out, it's just really just structuring it out for a full song. So I'll kind of break down what I did as far as the structuring and then play it back for you so you can hear it. So moving on, right here is our post, I guess, intro to the verse. And then for the next section, this is where the drums are going to come back in. This is exactly what the beginning of the hook sounds like. The purpose of that is, of course, the feeling of the track. This is just how I felt. It sounds dope, sounds catchy, so we're going to keep that all the way through as much as possible. The next part, we're going to have all the drums come in, but we're not going to have the octave pad playing. We're just going to have the bass octave we started off with in the intro that's going to play with the drums. Last section of the verse, we kind of break down the drums a little bit, cut some stuff out. Then the last 2 bars, we pretty much cut everything out to get ready for the drop into the second hook here. And then we're just going to repeat the process. So let's run it back and hear what it sounds like. So just like that, that wraps up the whole beat for today's episode. As you can see, super simple, nothing wrong with that as long as you got that catchiness and feeling there. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's breakdown. If this helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a thumbs up for the video on me. I'd really appreciate it, and it definitely helps me out a lot. So big shout out to you guys. Again, as I mentioned in the intro of the video, if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments for me. I'll definitely get to those. And as always, make sure you're subscribed because I will be back next Sunday with another video just like this, breaking down beats and songs, showing you all my secrets and everything that I do. But that is all for me today. I will see you guys next week. I'm out. Peace.